Hey everyone, it's Apache here and welcome back to another episode of SevTech Ages here on the CreedCraft server. Thank you for joining me today and continuing to show you support for the series. If you do enjoy this episode, please leave a like and a comment, and if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe as well. We're going to be getting on with some more Astral Sorcery today. I want to get a fair few things done with this actually, and we're going to start. You can see I've built up the proper Celestial Altar as it should be. You can find out all of the information about these things within the Astral Tome here. If we scroll back out of here, I think it's in Attunement, we will be able to see, if you click on Celestial Altar, you'll be able to see the recipe for it. And on the next page you can see the actual multi-block structure. You can kind of go all the way around it here, you can turn it around to find out exactly what blocks it is, and then it gives you a block list here as well if you just mouse over this little star. So the first thing I want to do with this today is build a couple of recipes. The first recipe I want to build is the Starlight Infuser. Again, if we have a look at the Astral Tome, scroll right back out of here and go to the Constellation part we've just opened up last episode, and we go to the, where is it? I saw it before. Is it not in this part? Ah no, that's the one with Celestial Altar. Is it in... Aha, Constellation. That's better. Starlight Infuser here. You can see the recipe for it here is all of this stuff. I've collected this stuff all together. We made 5 star metal ingots so that we could get on with some of this stuff. And yeah, we have all of this stuff here. And then this is the multi-block structure for it. You see there's a piece of lapis, a lapis stone underneath. I couldn't get this working for ages, and then I, in my kind of creative test world, and then I realised, I had a look at some of the forums to find out why it wasn't working, whether it was working in SevTech Ages or not. People were saying that you have to make sure that these blocks are completely full, that there's no seams in the water, and I'll show you that down below where I built it. However, my problem was a little bit different. I found out that I had a chiselled block of lapis in the centre, and it has to be a completely vanilla lapis block. And with these pieces of lapis here, these have to be the Astral Sorcery, sorry, these pieces of marble have to be the Astral Sorcery marble and not chisel marble. So long as you have no pieces from the mod chisel within this structure, you should be okay. So let's build this actual thing here. So we need to go onto here to remember which recipe it is. Starlight Infuser. Right. Ingots, aquamarine, starlight in the middle, ruined, chiselled, yeah. So chiselled there and there, aquamarines there and there, pillars there, engraved marble there, and that should be the recipe. You can see we will need to wait till night time to do it. However, this will fill right up at night time. The sun is starting to go down now, so it shouldn't take too long. I'm going to wait till night and I will meet you back in a minute. So now the sun is starting to set, the moon is starting to rise, and this is starting to fill up, and we should soon have enough to be able to do this recipe. Let's have a look. So it seems like even at the dead of night, I don't have enough starlight at the top of the world here to be able to complete this recipe. I'm not really fully sure what to do. I could try and create one of these collector crystals, which means I'll need a 900, well 900, 100, 100, and I need an attuned celestial crystal, which means I need to create the attunement altar, which is a massive thing. So no, I don't want to do that. Or I could try and move this entire thing to another place, which again I don't really want to do. Yeah, this is annoying. I thought this would have enough power. I'm right up at build limit. I actually had to drop this down by 1 so that I was actually within build limit for these pillars. Right, let's head over to one of the other guys' setups and see if that has enough power. Because as soon as I do this, I can get enough power myself. So yeah, that's a bit annoying, that. So it seems like over at Wandering One's setup, we do have enough starlights here. So if we right click with a resonating wand, we'll be able to get our starlight infuser. And with this, we'll be able to do a fair few things. Is this going to take a long time? And there we go. So now we have a starlight infuser and we can use this back at base. So back over here at our base, I have created the multi-block structure that you need for the starlight infuser. And if we place this right in the middle there, now we should be able to use this now. The first thing I want to use it for is creating some glass lenses. Now this recipe is, if you look at a glass lens here, you can do it in the luminous crafting table with 4 glass lenses, 4 glass panes around an aquamarine. However, that seems like a bit of a waste unless you get 4 out of here. I haven't actually tried it, but I would prefer to do it this way. Starlight infusion, single glass pane gives you a glass lens. So if we place one on there and right click it with a resonating wand, and this shouldn't take too long. That actually used up my bucket completely. Just realised that. And so now we can do this a fair few times. Occasionally this will get rid of one of these pools of liquid starlight, and you'll be able to see because there will be a seam. You can see here it's just used one up and there is a seam there now. So we need to grab another bucket, which I have in here, and we can grab another bucket out of here and fill that up. I believe it is this one, maybe not. Okay, do need some more. Kind of wish I built this on the opposite end now. So we place that on there, and now we need one in the centre. So it can be hard sometimes to see which one it is that needs filling. And there seems to be a bug at the moment as well, or I don't know if it's a feature or a bug. But if you try and fill somewhere that already has a source block, like if I right clicked on here now, it would get rid of the stuff in the bucket. But not do anything because there's already a source block there. Place that into the centre, seams disappear, and it should be working again fine. There we go. So we'll do 4 of these for the next things that I want to build. And again, we're going to have to wait till night time. And the last one here. So this is the stuff I need for the recipe for the next things I want to build. And there we go. Right, I'm going to wait till night and we can see what we're going to be doing next. So now comes the really fun part. We can use these panes we've just made to create these celestial gateways. The celestial gateway, the endless stars above, form intricate constellations that guide all things. For eons the world has drawn upon them for references in navigation and direction, finding the morrow by the night stars. It seems that the stars acted as a guide for the crystal makers long ago, but in a much more literal sense. By focusing illumination and embedding starlight into a surrounding rock crystal, a base can be built to connect distant locations, even to those in another world. So these allow teleportation around the world and across dimensions. So these are really, really powerful. This is the recipe for it here. We have everything we need. And this is the multi-block structure. This may seem a little bit familiar as well. I have built one of them just here and one of them down below. And in here we have enough stuff to build 2 of them. So if we right click on here with a resonating wand, we will be able to get 2 of these, one at a time though, because it requires celestial crystals. So there is the very first one. And if we place this into there and go again, we can get the second one. I'm going to place this one down just there, and you can see it light up around the edge, which means it is definitely working. But I'm not going to use it just yet because I want to test this one first. So if we head down, just jump down, why not? Oh yeah, I've got to show you this as well. I've had some very strange things. I need to get my boots back. They seem to have had a lightning strike on my house. So part of it's burnt down again. I don't know how long this house is going to stay up. I said a couple of episodes ago that we may be altering these houses just slightly when we get into the next stage. So I don't know whether I'm going to build that back up now or not. But anyway, in this place here, I've altered this multi-block structure to become another one of these gateways. So if we place that down on there, you can see it's starting to glow as well. And if we come into the centre of this, you can see everything else start to disappear. And if we look up, you'll see a star, gold star, right in the corner there. You'll also see some of these that have been set up elsewhere on the server, so we can kind of jump around the server as well. But if we look right up and press shift, or stand on here and press shift, is this not working? Can we not go this like directly upwards? I may need to move that to the other side. Okay, so let's see if this works at all. If we go for that one there, yes, and we jump straight through, and here we are over at Nathan's base. And so can we go now up to the top? Where's this? Oh, we didn't move. So that one should be the one we are aiming for. We jump through, and yes, we're up here. Okay, so it does work if we go... Where does this one take us? How odd. So we can't go to that one. So where would this one? You can just see a little bit of where it's supposed to be. And then there's this one, which is Nathan's. I think this is spawn. Yep, this is spawn. And then that one should be through to the top of the world. Yep. Well, that kind of works. It doesn't work as well as I thought it would, or as well as I hoped it would. But it does, however, mean now that we can get rid of a lot of this stuff. So if I actually take this away, that beneath teleporter, and I can place that, say, down anywhere really. But if I place it, say, here, I don't think that's going to block anything just yet, but it might do. Oh, I didn't mean to go through. Oh dear, that might be bad. Okay. Yeah. Not good. At least I'm through into a completely different place than I was last time, which isn't going to kill me. I do need to go through and get some more aquamarine at some point. I think I've only got about a stack and a half left at the moment. And I do go through them at quite a rate. So yeah, I'll place this down there for now, why not? And I need to reload the chunks so everything comes up properly. But that does mean that now I can get rid of all of this and the dirt pillar, because I now have a proper way to get back up. And I may move it onto another side, which might be a bit easier to connect up with that one. So if I put it onto this side, the angle might be available for us to use properly. Now I need to be on here and just go straight down. So now with all of that dirt gone, we've got rid of one of the big eyesores on this landscape around here, and we do still have the big thing up in the sky up there, and it is just out of render distance. Well, it's in silhouette distance, so we can't really see it. If you put it into the periphery of the camera, then you can just catch it, but if you're looking straight at it, it just looks like something in the sky. So yeah, that's fine. One other thing we can do with this with the Starlight Infuser, and I'm going to need to get a few of these barrels actually for this. So if I pick up that one and bring this one over and grab another one. So I'm going to need a lot of liquid starlight for this. And we grab that. And another one. I think I'm actually going to need 6 of these barrels in total. That's 8. 16. That's 32 barrels, that is. That's 8, 16, 24, 32. That might actually do it. Yeah, with the stuff in here it should be fine. What we can do, I believe this is right anyway, we can infuse these 3 items. If we place this onto here and then right click it, that will use up all of the liquid in here to actually give me an infused crystal sword, which will become a lot more powerful than the normal one. You can see it gets rid of everything, collects it. I don't know exactly what this has done, but should be a lot more powerful. I know with the axe it creates the felling effect, so that it will get rid of a tree in one hit. But with the sword I'm not too sure. Anyway, we need to get a bucket now and start filling all of this back up. And that, and that. And that. I think I actually only needed 24 in total. But to be able to fill it back up afterwards as well, I suppose. And that's it. Okay. And so now we can do the shovel. I don't know about the pick. I'm not sure whether you can infuse the pick, but we shall see. So here is the shovel. And we'll grab that one out. Hello. No, I don't want it. Right. Shift right click. So there is an infused crystal shovel. And then the crystal axe. Come on. And the final side. There we go. And there we have the infused crystal axe. And let's see if it does work on the pickaxe. I don't think it does though, but we can test it. Right, there's 4 barrels empty. I have to put another crystal into the light well. That one didn't work. I don't think that's right. Yeah, still needs one more. in the centre. Excellent. Let's see if it works with the pickaxe as well. Oh no, that's an iron pickaxe. It's not going to work with that. There's a crystal pickaxe. And that is the correct one. Yep. We'll place that one on there. Yeah, they're all the right ones. And let's see. Nope, doesn't look like it. That's a shame. So now we have crystal shovel, sword and axe all infused. Let's see what this does. Let's come over to somewhere where I don't really care about. Say over here. So, oh wow, okay. That's amazing. Right, yeah, so that's what that does. That's a bit powerful. And that was just regular as well. That was me just using it regularly. That was a bit more powerful than I thought it was going to be. Ah well. Yeah, I've just made a perfectly good shovel unusable in most circumstances. So yeah, great. I am now down one shovel. I might make another one of those crystal shovels just so that I've got one that I can actually use without completely and absolutely just destroying the entire landscape like I have done just here. Ah well, you live and you learn. Well, I've tried moving the Celestial Gateway out to extended it out from the base and placed it on another side of it as well. It was on that side, now it's over here, and it's still not working to go straight to the bottom. So that's a shame, but I do still have access to it by going to spawn and then back to here, and that's fine. One of the other really fun things we can do with the Celestial Altar is actually create something called an Impulsion Wand. If we have a look at the Astral Tome, we can see the Impulsion Wand. Ender Pearls are very useful if they weren't so hard to obtain, easily used up and damaging upon use. Thanks to newfound knowledge about these strange patterns in starlight energy, a wand can be created which channels these energies through Ender Pearls to provide safer means of transportation. And in contrast to the Pearl's web, the wand has limited range and pulls its user towards whatever it finds, rather than providing instant teleportation. So this is a translocation wand rather than a kind of Ender wand. And we should have enough starlight in here to be able to do this. I think it is like that. Like that. Can't remember the recipe now. Okay, one above and to the side. One above, to the side, and there we go. Yes, we do have enough. So, we right click on there. And we will be able to get a translocation orb. Wand. We do have our boots on, so we are fine to take as big a fall as we want. No problem about that. So we're right at the very top of the world here. Let's go, I suppose. Is that not working? Ah, does it need to be like somewhere? Okay, so that works. But that doesn't. It doesn't work quite as I expected. I expected just to be able to go straight up and it would kind of shoot us upwards. But let's head back down to the earth. I love doing this. Just free fall straight way back down. So much fun. As long as I remember not to press shift when I'm bouncing too high, because it still damages you. So let's see, going up onto there. Oh, this is going to be so useful for building. If I fall off, I can just go straight back up again. That's nice. I like it. This was so awkward to build. If I fell off one of these stairs trying to... oh, where's that going to take me? Yeah, if I fell off, then it was really annoying to try and get back up. Let's pillar up everywhere. Come on, get up there, thank you. And now if I want to go down to the horse. Meow. That's so much fun. I like it. So let's head up into the attic area and see what damage has been caused up here. Oh, we actually faced through. Or ish, I think we just went through that. We come back down here. And there we go. So yeah, this is the damage that has been caused so far by at least one lightning bolt. I did look up here the other day and I saw skeleton horse on the roof. So I'm wondering whether it happened when he got up there, because I think they happened during lightning storms. So there's a couple of other things I want to do today. First one is to actually build the attunement altar. The attunement altar is a large multi-block structure which I'm not going to build today, but I'll be for another episode. However, I do want to actually build the altar itself. So crafting things with starlight and liquid starlight may be fine and all, but it seems to neglect important parts of the starlight spectrum, along with the mundane starlight of various individual stars. Light given off by specific constellations have a much more distinct effect on their environment and those in contact with it. One seems to push things in random directions, another seems to endow great strength. It might be possible to filter the starlight of a specific constellation and amplify it, or perhaps just collect enough to amplify its strength. A structure designed for attunement would need to deviate from traditional starlight structures, such as a crafting altar. Second, it would need to be much larger to gather the collective starlight emitted by a constellation. And so this is the recipe for it here. It's a fairly simple recipe. I've had to create a few more of these star metal ingots. You saw me create them a few episodes ago, and there are other ways of doing it which we will be looking at in future episodes as well, using iron from Twilight Forest. However, that's not for today's episode either. And the story carries on. However, such a blanket collection method would require additional focus of starlight within the structure itself using relays, channeling it to a central point so it can make use of it. The placement of relays would need to be deliberate, as they will determine which constellation the altar can attune with. The constellation papers can serve as a visible guide to the placement of the relays if held in hand under the night sky. Now that Starlight Collection structure is set up, along with additional relays, the final piece is an altar that can act as a focal point, and that is what we're building today. So this is the actual multi-block structure. You can see why we're not going to go into it today. It's going to take a very long time to set up and to collect all the resources for it. And I've actually got something special in mind with all of these structures as well. So you'll have to wait for that in an upcoming episode. So this is a 19 by 19 by 6 structure, or 19 by 6 by 19 structure. You can see it's absolutely massive, and there's nowhere we can put it around our base. Once everything is arranged, the central altar and relays start glowing in a bright blue light as starlight streams through them. Calculations show that the focused rays should be strong enough so that it can lift the golden ornaments of the altar from the ground when active at night. The only real question that remains: what type of objects will readily accept attunement? What about rock crystals and their respective crystal tools? Can a human body withstand the rays if it steps into the light? So we will be finding out all about this in a future episode. However, we currently have all of the different things in here ready to create the attunement altar. So let's go ahead and make it. Step back a bit. Watch all these beautiful lights come down from the sky. And there we go. There is the attunement altar. One last thing I do want to try and do today. I don't know if I've got enough stuff for it or enough starlight. I want to try and get this celestial altar. The iridescent altar. This is the final stage of the crafting altars here. And so this is a fairly complicated recipe, as we can see. Where is it? The iridescent there. We need these resonating gems. As you can see in my inventory, I've already got some, which is just the gems. The aquamarine in the starlight infuser makes these resonating gems. So let's put what we can in here for now, and I will gather up So I'll go and gather up all of these materials, and I'll meet you back up here. So we have everything here: the rune marble, sooty marble, resonating gem and glass lens. All we need now is a single celestial crystal. And I have actually managed to work out how to get this thing working properly. If you stand directly in the centre of here and look dead up, you can actually get up to the top of a platform. And while we're here, you can actually go right back down again as well. So we should be able to build this thing with that one there, those there, those like that. This one I think goes there. Iridescent, oh no, it's at the top. The sooty goes there, and the celestial gem goes in the middle. However, I think it's coming up to daybreak now. I might have been a little bit too long. Yep, I think this is classed as daybreak. So once again, I'm gonna have to wait till night time. Just as I feared, at my place there is nowhere near enough starlight to be able to create this thing. However, over here at Wandering Ones there is. So I'm going to use this for now. You'll see why I'm doing this in a couple of episodes time, why I'm kind of storming through all of these. I'm going to leave that as a bit of a surprise. But for now, the last thing I want to do today is actually create this iridescent altar. And we will have all of the different ingredients we need to make quite a cool little project. Really cool animations with this. Oh dear. Right, okay, I need to take this back over. I completely forgot it did this. Right, yeah. I need to take this, bring it back to my base, and bring my celestial altar back over to here. Come on. There we go. And so there we go, that's it in its correct space. It doesn't have the correct multi-block. I've got to add on a couple of blocks onto here yet. But this crazy thing has a huge crafting grid and a space for something that we don't really know about yet. So that will all be coming up in future episodes. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me today. If you did enjoy this episode, please leave a like, comment and subscribe on the video and to the channel, and I will see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please consider supporting me by subscribing to the channel and liking and commenting on the videos. Thanks. See you next time.